We didn't move abroad for adventure, we didn't move to escape anything. We moved because life had become too loud, and we were disappearing in the noise. This is the story of why we left everything behind to start over in Sweden. Welcome to episode 1 of our 10-part series about our journey moving abroad. In the next 5 weeks, every Wednesday and Friday, we're going to share everything. The why, the how, the costs, the chaos, the struggles, and the moments that made us fall in love with Sweden. Let us know in the comments if you have any more questions and we will answer them in upcoming episodes or in the comment section.
So, if you are new here, we are Nathan
and Evette, and welcome to our story. There wasn't one dramatic moment that pushed us to leave the Netherlands. It was more like a slow build, a feeling that kept getting heavier. Life back home had become overwhelming. Too many people, too much noise, too many things happening all at once. We're both introverts, easily drained by busy days and constant chatter. Always overstimulated. Eventually we knew, if we stay, we will never find the peace we're craving. For those who don't know us, we've always loved the outdoors. And before we dive deeper into our story, we want to introduce ourselves a bit more. Because before moving, our daily lives were a whole other story. If you are liking the video so far, go give us a like. And whilst you're down there, also subscribe, because that helps us out a lot. We would love to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And we also do have our memberships turned on. It's the very lowest tier that's possible. So if you want to support us even more, that is an option as well. Thank you so much. I always imagined eventually I would become a veterinarian. To prepare for that, I started studying laboratory sciences first, partly to make sure I had a completed education and partly to build some background in a field that was at least somewhat related. But after 1 year, I quit the study and moved straight into laboratory work instead. It was practical, it made sense, and it gave me experience, but it still didn't feel like where I truly belonged. Travel, meanwhile, has always been part of my life. When I was 18 and still in lab school, I joined a group trip to Australia. My first long-haul adventure on my own. 2 years later, I returned for a 6-month internship, and afterward I spent 2 months traveling solo up the East Coast. I kept traveling, exploring Indonesia, visiting different parts of Europe, and diving whenever I could. Most of my dives were actually in the Netherlands, where I learned a completely different kind of patience and calm, in cold lakes and murky waters. I also did a few unforgettable dive trips abroad, and by the end, I had logged around 300 dives. Being underwater felt like stepping into another world. Then, a foot injury brought that chapter to a halt. Not the end I expected, but part of the story all the same. Still, every twist in the journey, the studies, the work, the travel, pushed me closer to understanding what I really wanted in life.
I've always wanted a life in photography. I even had my own studio and shot everything from family portraits and pets to beauty, fashion and weddings. But my favorite was experimenting with fine art photography. I also took on some unusual jobs, like photographing posters in bus stops. And what about capturing train stations with a 360 camera? I never became a world famous photographer, but I found my own way in photography. I tried other work too, in stores and warehouses, but I hated working for a boss. I also traveled a lot across Europe, Denmark, France and beyond.
Nathan and I met in 2016 through Tinder. In the beginning, we lived 2.5 hours apart, but 6 months later, we moved into my tiny apartment. The one we ended up living in for 8 years. Maybe that's why we traveled so much. France, Germany, Prague, America, Canada, Sweden. With so little space at home, exploring the world together simply became our thing. We both grew up surrounded by pets. Cats, rats, rabbits, chickens, guinea pigs, hamsters, parakeets, canaries, fish, ferrets, and a dog. Not all at the same time though. That sounded like we had a lot of animals in that. Animals were always part of our lives, and having them around just made a home feel alive. Nathan has always had a thing for aquariums. Long before we met, he kept fish at home, meticulously arranging the tanks, learning about different species and watching them grow. So in 2017, we decided to get our own aquarium together. It became a small ritual, checking on the fish, watching their little personalities emerge, and somehow it brought a sense of calm to our home amidst all the chaos of daily life. Then, in 2019, we realized we really missed having a cat around, and that is when we found Pixel. From lazy mornings curled up on the couch to chaotic bursts of energy, chasing anything that moved. Whoa. Pixel brought joy, laughter and companionship into our lives. Having pets has always been about more than just having animals in the house. They've taught us to slow down, notice the small things and enjoy simple moments. Whether it was watching the fish swim or laughing at Pixel's antics, pets added another layer to our adventures. Reminders of home, comfort and love wherever we go. We built a business together, failed that business, then started a new one in photography and social media, which turned out to be a success. Along the way, we laughed, explored and made memories we'll never forget. We survived losses together and realized that life isn't infinite, and we have to do what we love. Wherever we go, we work incredibly well as a team. Sweden wasn't a random choice. The first time we visited, something clicked. The quiet forest, the open skies, the feeling that life didn't need to be rushed. We stayed far north during a horrible mosquito year and we still wanted to come back. That says everything. There was a vibe we couldn't explain, a gentleness, a calmness we had never experienced before. When a place makes you feel instantly at home, you don't forget that. And eventually, the question changed from should we move to why are we still living here in this tiny apartment surrounded by all these people? And no, Sweden isn't perfect. The bugs, we still hate them.
There's a fly around my head.
Protected. Oh, it's on your hat. Go away. Oh, don't come to me. Go away. The winter darkness, surprisingly okay. The all-night summer sun, actually harder. And the language? Everyone speaks English so well that learning Swedish feels harder. But we're committed. We're here to stay and slowly we're understanding more and more. The biggest change since moving? Silence, space, mental clarity. The first year living here was definitely an adjustment, but for the first time in years, we're not overstimulated. We're not rushing. We're not just trying to survive the day. We can breathe, think, and be creative. And that alone made the move worth it. And this was just the beginning. This was episode 1 of our 10-part series about moving abroad. Why, how, the costs, and everything we wish we knew. Next Friday, episode number 2. How we found our house in Sweden. And a crazy story behind it. If you want to slow down with us each week, subscribe and follow the series. Let us know in the comments if you have any more questions and we will answer them in the upcoming episodes or in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to our story.